Hello, this is Troy, Kilo Foxtrot 7, Sierra Echo Yankee, and I'm going to do another follow-up on my videos that I just put out recently on WFView and IC-705 with the Raspberry Pi wireless. I've been playing with this a little over about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and I've been learning as I go and trying to get this in a state that I could feel comfortable taking out and using it. And although I don't think I'm quite there yet, I think I've got it where I've made plenty of contacts with it, and it seems to be working better than it was when I started. I got a comment from W6EL Elliot, the gentleman that developed this software, and he had a couple good things to help me out. One of the things was the Opus codec that I originally was using is not supported by Icom radios, so obviously that's one reason why it wasn't working there, and it was just defaulting back to the LD-PCM, which I noticed later on that it was putting messages down the bottom. So when I switched to U-Law, that 8-bit, that's where I'm running at now. It seems to be working really well. The other thing is on the PTT lockup, if you're having that, which I still have had it a couple times, you can go in to the settings page here, and under radio settings you can just click this PTT off, and that it just stops it right there, and you can go right back. And it actually happened to me today. I was I was actually in a QSO on FT8, and it locked up, and I hit that PTT off, and I actually still made the contact. So it was a quicker way to get out of it. So thank you, Elliot, and thanks for all that you've done to get this software going. The other thing he mentioned was that there is improvements in being done to this almost on a daily basis, so you can run the script and pull the fresh copies of the code and update it as necessary. So I actually did that this morning just to make sure I was running the latest, and I will do it again over time and just see how things go. Nothing's really changed since my last video. I've been using the same settings, so I figured I would go through the installation and how I've got everything set up so there's no confusion on how I got it working. So the first thing you want to do is go over to the WFView website, and down here at the bottom is the Debian build script. So you need to get the script, which is the fullbuild-wfview.sh. So the easiest way to do that is click on, there's a couple ways you can do that. One, you can click on this link, which will take you over to where the script is stored. You can come over here and you can just click this download button, and it'll download it right into your downloads. The second way is to open up the RAW and copy that link. So what you do is you change directory to your downloads, wget, oops. So once you've changed directory into your downloads, wget, paste that link, and it will download it. Okay, and then if you go to your downloads folder, you'll see it's right there. So like I said, you can do it two ways. You can do it the wget version, or if you just click that, you can save it right to your downloads folder. Obviously you got to be on your Pi. This is not on my Pi. So once you've done that, the next commands are as follows. So we're already in our downloads page, so if you just copy the chmod +x full build, what this does is it makes the script executable. So you run that, done. So after you made it executable, then you have to run the script, which is // and the file name. So // file name. Now it's going to ask you if you want to install dependencies. You say yes, and it will download anything it needs. Now I've installed this, so it's going to say that most of it's installed. So the next thing it does is says please enter to download WS source code. Press enter. It's going to download the source code. And then now it's going to build. So you press enter to start. This takes a little bit of time to build. So as soon as it's done, we'll come back. Okay, so after it's done building, it's going to say press Y to install. So you press Y, and done. WFView is now installed. So after you've gotten WFViews installed, you have to build another script. So the easiest way to do that is to go right on your desktop. I run mine right on the desktop, so you can put yours wherever you want. Is new file, name it what you want. So I'm going to say, I named mine audio start, but I'm going to name this one test.sh. Open that up, just right click on that, hit text editor, and you will paste in the following stuff, which I'll have in the description below. You paste that in there and save that. So next thing you got to do is you got to make it executable. So there's two ways to do that. One, you can just right click on it, hit properties, go to permissions, and where it says execute, you can say only owner, anyone. I just hit anyone, hit OK. Now that's ready to roll. So to run it, what I do is before I run WFView, I just double click on it and it'll pop up and say, do you want to do this? You just say execute in terminal and it runs, and now it's ready to go. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up WFView. So you can see it's already connected to my radio because I've already got it all set up. So under settings, you're going to go radio access, you're going to set up network. Then you're going to put in the host name of your radio, and we'll cover that here in a little bit. So the script ran for the audio run, which was this file here, creates the MyIcomA, MyIcomB. So under audio output, if you named it just like mine, audio output will be MyIcomA, audio input will be MyIcomB monitor, and we'll show you how to set that up in WSJTX for the audio side. So the next thing you do is under external control, you want to enable rig control, and you can leave the port 4533 on. And that should be everything to get that part going. So over on the radio, you want to go to menu, set, under connectors, mod input, and under here where it says data mod, you want to change that to WLAN. Most likely yours is set to USB. I believe that's default, and that's if you're using the USB cable. So WLAN. That will allow you to use the audio within the radio. So then after that, you go to your WLAN set, and I am running access point. Now, access point is if you want the Raspberry Pi to connect to the radio, which is how most people are going to use it if they're taking it out in the field. Now, what I can tell you is what I've learned is that the Wi-Fi in the Raspberry Pi does not be as strong as most Wi-Fi. So I found that I have a lot less problems when I connect the 705 to my home wireless network and the Raspberry Pi to an Ethernet cable. It's the best I've gotten. But like I said, it does work with the Wi-Fi, and you can get it to work. So I set up the access point. Under connection settings, you set up access point, and you name the radio, or you name the Wi-Fi access point whatever you want. I named mine IC-705. You give it a password, and the IP address is by default will be 192.168.591. So after you've got that set, you go down to network remote settings and network user. You type in a network user. I use my call sign and a password. And the network name, I named mine IC-705. And once you've got that done, you go back over to WFView. You type in the host name, which is the 192.168.59.1, and then the username for the network user you put in, and the password. And that, once you got that set up, it'll connect to the radio just fine. So you can see I've got it set. IC-705 is what I named my radio, and I've got it connected. The Raspberry Pi is connected to the radio. Okay, so once you've got that all set up, you want to make sure you hit the save settings, and it will save it the same. Okay, so now when you want to get the WSJT set up, or JSA call, it'll work the same way. Go to settings. On the radio, you want to set up ham lib net rig control. Network server will be 127.0.0.1 and the 4533. And cat rear data PTT or PKT, and then so that will be your radio setting. Under audio, your input will now be, you will make it MyIcomA monitor, and output will be MyIcomB. After that, it'll work just like it should. Thoughts on this? I think it's a great software for what it does. It works pretty well now that I've got it kind of sitting, got the settings where I think it's, well, I mean, it's best I could find. I think the software has a lot to grow, and hopefully over time it will improve. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully that covers everything that you will need to get this up and going. The things that I've found, like I've mentioned in the past videos, was the PTT lockup, and it doesn't happen all the time. One or two here and there. Since I've gotten the settings set to where I have them set now, they seem to be working pretty well for the packet losses. Like you can see here, you know, I've got 8 out of 31,000, almost 32,000. So that's much better than I had before. I was having it in the thousands for loss. So we'll just keep using it, and I know, like Elliot mentioned, that the software is evolving all the time, so we'll just keep watching for the improvements and go from there. So hopefully this will help out some of you that may be struggling with getting this running. thanks a lot for watching and coming along this journey on the Wi-Fi on the Raspberry Pi with the IC-705. This is Kilo Foxtrot 7 Sierra Echo Yankee 73. Thanks for watching.